All right, so we've got some math questions to look at. This first one is one of those work rate problems. I got Polly and Molly, and it says here that they can do this. They can do a job. One person can do a job in 6 hours. The other one can do the job in 7 hours. The question is, how long would it take them to complete the job if they were working side by side, working together? Now, remember the trick for these is to figure out how to make these numbers the same, the 6 hours and 7 hours. So I'm just going to say one job equals 6 hours. One job is equal to 7 hours. So for Polly, I could scale this up by 2 if I wanted to, like 2 jobs in 12 hours, 3 jobs in 18 hours. I could multiply this by whatever I want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the top equation by 7 so that this becomes a 42. And I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by 6 so that the 7 hours becomes a 42. That way I get 42 hours on both. Okay, so for Polly, it becomes 7 jobs she can do in 42 hours. And for Molly, it's 6 jobs, again in 42 hours. And so together, if we add these two equations, so to speak, if we add them, it's still going to be 42 hours. Okay. But the number of jobs they can complete is 13 now. Okay. So working together, they can complete 13 jobs. Ooh, that looks terrible. All right. They can do 13 jobs in 42 hours. And we want to figure out how long it will take them to complete one job. So, this is like the most important piece right here. It's figuring out how they work together. But from here, do you want to divide by 13 or do you want to divide by 42? That's the trick. So I want this to become one job. So I'm going to have to take this equation and I'm going to divide both sides by 13. Okay, divide by 13. That way you get 1. And then 42 divided by 13. 42 divided by 13. This will give us our answer in hours. 3.23 hours. All right, and if you wanted to make it into minutes, if you wanted minutes, just times it by 60. So, or 193 minutes. Okay. All right, that's number 1. Number 2 is very similar. If you want to, pause the video, try it. I'm going to go ahead and set up my 2 equations. 5 lawns in 3 hours. This guy can do 7 lawns in 6 hours. Okay. And I just want to somehow, I'm wanting to make these hour parts the same. The simplest way is just to multiply the top equation by 2. That way it would become a 6 hours. You could multiply the top equation by 6 and the bottom by 3. That's totally fine. But I'm just going to multiply Seth's equation by 2. And Seth can now do 10 lawns in 6 hours. So together, working together, if this is what we have here, they can do 17 lawns in one 6-hour period. Okay. And then you just divide this by 17, and that'll determine how long it takes them to mow one lawn. Okay. So I'm going to divide both sides by 17. That's going to give me 1 lawn, and 6 divided by 17 is 0.3529. Okay, now this is in hours. The question wanted us to answer in minutes, so I'm going to multiply this by 60. Okay, 21 minutes. Approximately 21 minutes. Okay, that's good for that one.